Ready?
Yeah.
Something.
Hey guys, this is Joe.
I'm DJ.
I'm Kelly.
And we're here with the Ranger Wrap-Up Live. We're going to be talking about Power Rangers Ninja Steel. But before we get into that, thank you for joining us. We're going to run down some Power Ranger news. We're going to talk about the episode. Kelly, this is your first season of watching Power Rangers live since you were like a kid, right?
It is. This is true. It's actually the first season I've seen since the original Power Rangers.
Our plan is working.
Is it really?
Yeah. This will be my first experience of the current Power Rangers.
That's awesome.
You can join us on Facebook and on YouTube. We are going to be doing some chat room stuff.
Yep.
And that's where you can find us. But DJ, kick us off some news, my friend.
Absolutely. So more of an update with the upcoming season of Q-Danger, which is the space-themed season of Sentai. We had reported that Pink is Laputa 283. We're not technically yes and wrong. Yes and no. Basically, there are a couple of
Wow, that was loud. Sorry.
early reports did. It's all good. Early reports did say it was Laputa, but it might be a translation thing where we're getting it now to be Raptor because of the L's and R's and the L's and all that good stuff. So it may be Raptor 283 and it might be Laputa 283, but we're now leaning towards Raptor.
I dig it. I dig Raptor.
I dig Laputa.
Either way, 283. Awesome stuff. But let's talk about the big thing that dropped this week, which is for Lionsgate, Power Rangers, yes, we have an updated Power Rangers Lionsgate movie trailer.
Legit.
And everything we wanted to see was in this trailer. We wanted to see Zordon.
We saw Zordon.
Check. We wanted to see the Ranger suits in action. Check.
We saw that.
We wanted to see Zords. Check.
We saw more of Rita.
Yeah,
we
got
saw
more Rita.
Rita wrecking havoc with putties.
We saw Alpha. Which
Alpha,
honestly
check.
looks adorable. Honestly, I wish the either the actual set art came out or for official photographs instead of us getting it in toy version first, because I think the toy version did a lot of injustice to the way that some of the stuff looks. Even Goldar looked pretty decent in the trailer.
Yeah, I was digging that, and I remember there was a lot of backlash when they first premiered Goldar.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Rob Keys. I see that you're watching, buddy, and a lot of you guys are in here. Camille, Delmit. Damn Quilty.
Damn Quilty. Back at it again in the chat room. Good to see you, Damn, that's the weird sentence. But no, there's a lot that looked good in this trailer. Good. It was just so. I'm trying to keep it composed.
No, it looked amazing. I'm really excited for this film now. Like, if I wasn't before, I definitely am now. I think Bill Hader sounds great as Alpha 5.
Yes.
I'm really excited to see their dynamic. I really want to see what they do with these characters. Is Billy still like the geeky Billy that we remember from Mighty Morphin?
He's definitely goofy. He definitely looks. Well, okay. In the first trailer, we did see him kind of wire like a makeshift type of exploding device that blew up part of what like the rock formation. Remember that? So he's definitely like a techie guy. I don't think he's going to make a flying rad bug anytime soon.
I wish we got a rad bug.
So it's just Kelly's
the putties though. The putties looked great.
They look like they're more like environmentalists. Like basically anything that's around the environment got created into these creatures. So they're like cementies as opposed to putties.
Yeah.
Rob is already telling me I may interview the Power Ranger movie cast. Look at that. He's already making it happen just for watching the stream.
That's what's good. There's a couple of things that really stand out in this trailer. I love the consistency as far as the design. Like even the command center. The command center looks like a morphing type of thing as well. Like the pin art from Zordon's head, the way it shifts around.
Yes,
there are a lot of memes.
I love that.
The whole shifts
He's
around.
not just in like one tube either.
Yeah, exactly.
He kind of like slides around the entire cave.
So everything about their technology seems to morph. That's cool to me. Like everything about their technology, the command center, the ship. We confirmed that the command center is a ship. That is actually dialogue.
Command center is a ship. JD called it. I thought it was in a cave. It is in a ship.
Well, both technically right. The ship is in a cave. So good job, team. What else? Man, I love Elizabeth Banks' voice as Rita.
She has this distinct accent. It's
There is
very
an accent. Alien/foreign.
It's very erotic. Is erotic the right word I just used there? She's wearing that costume. It's pretty hot. It's Elizabeth Banks. You know what I'm saying?
And by kind of hot, absolutely agreed, 110%. But no, the trailer looks amazing. I don't know. I could or could not have done with the Kanye West Power song in it, but it's called Power. So
you know what?
But it makes sense. It makes sense.
I like the Kanye West Power song.
Okay, then we have a like.
I liked it personally.
Yeah.
I thought everything about this trailer, as soon as I saw it, honestly, there were 2 trailers that dropped the same day. It was that and Logan.
Oh,
and this one got a lot more attention. And Logan looks great too, but that's on for another time. But as far as this goes, I think it helped a lot of people's worries about what this movie was going to be. I think now we know the look and the aesthetic of the feel of Angel Grove. We know kind of what the Rangers are up to. The suits look great, like when they're moving around. And I know that was a big issue for a lot of people with the aesthetic of the suit. Dave Baker mainly. Me personally, I love the way they looked.
I love the suits. I love the highlights and the power grid flowing through their suits. It's very Tron-like to me. I like the humor in this trailer. I like the whole they're in the water and it's like, hey, look, we're glowing, and Asian Black Ranger's like, I'm black. Blue Ranger's like, no, you're not. Yes, I am. I like that humor. I mean, and it's a PG-13. Is it a PG-13?
It's a PG-13.
It's a PG-13 Power Rangers movie. So that's the type of humor that we haven't got before. Like that's a race joke. It is a race joke, but it's cute. I think it's dope.
Cute.
Kelly, thoughts? I mean, what stands out to you now that we're doing the Retro Ranger wrap up and you're revisiting these same characters? Kinda. How do you feel?
I loved it mostly because although I have not seen a lot of Power Ranger seasons, I felt like with this movie they kind of made it more realistic rather than mythical.
Sure.
Just as they did with Christopher Nolan did with the Batman movies, how he kind of added a realistic spin to it. For example, when Elizabeth Banks had brought up Goldar, it looked like she had pulled gold out of the earth and created this bad guy, and it looks awesome. I love it.
Me too. I want to know what you guys have to think. Now we have you guys on YouTube in the live chat, also on Facebook. Let us know what you guys think of the movie. I'm going to start reading some of your guys' comments right now. Well, Edward Sanchez,
#,
my favorite line.
Edward Sanchez approved.
Yes, my favorite line from the trailer is a strong ass hologram.
I don't know if it said ass, but it's in there.
Yeah, it's in there. Chris Perez, best joke in the trailer, in my opinion. That a lot of people are agreeing. In the chat room, at least. Natalie Clark says, "What's up with Goldar?"
I like Goldar. You know what Goldar looks like? It kind of has a heat source in the middle of the oozing gold. So that's cool to me, and that makes all the difference in the world as far as Goldar. He has that glowing kind of furnace.
It dripping off of him too a little bit.
It looked a little bit animated. It seemed to have a lot of texture actually, and I dig it. You know what I really love about this trailer? There's certain things that were done in the first Power Ranger movie that's being done opposite for this one. Like for instance, the Zord fight is happening in the daytime as opposed to a nighttime downtown shoot. So I think that's really cool. We got henchmen fights, so that's really awesome. It looks like it's near the quarry or the cliff that they had to jump over in the other trailer. So I mean, we're starting to see where potential story elements are going. So that's awesome.
Jamal Mills says he noticed that Zach actually retains his cockiness. What we're saying with the Power Rangers retaining their personalities, original being much more realistic tone to the characters. I agree. Zach does retain that kind of cocky attitude, which I really dig.
He's a cool guy. He's a cool Asian guy at that, so I love it. I love the diversity.
Yeah, I do too. Alpha isn't all that bad. This is from David Meechin. Alpha isn't all that bad after seeing the footage. I agree, 100%. But let's talk about some Power Rangers Ninja Steel. I want to know how many of you guys saw that and what you guys thought, because we're going to break it down for you. I want to know what you guys thought about this. I also want to know what you guys thought about the theme song, the cast, everything. Now I want to start with you guys, though. And Kelly, mainly you.
Okay.
What did you think about the theme song?
Did not like it.
Oh! So you like the you like the Mighty Morphin original.
Go Power Rangers.
I mean, this one was nice, but I didn't find it catchy. And paired with all of them kind of being like...
the 90s trope of TV shows.
Yeah, they're just like, hey.
Over the shoulder, you got it.
That's
so
true.
Not a fan of the theme song.
No.
Okay. you and I talked about it briefly.
Yeah.
I like the instrumental of the theme song a lot more than the theme song. It's like, hey, we're now edgy, something, something ninja, steel, Power Rangers, da, 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 something, something, words, and da, da, da. So, I mean, I like the attempts. During the last fight, I did like the instrumental version of it. That to me is kind of cool. I mean, I couldn't tell you half of the lyrics, but I know that Power Rangers, Ninja Steel's in it. So
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I enjoyed the undertones of the theme song.
Sure.
But I think the Go-Go Power Ranger, like, actual part of the song did not do it for me.
Didn't do it.
Because it builds and it builds and it builds, but it doesn't feel like it fits in that song.
I have a love-hate with the whole Go-Go thing because even back when Samurai revisited the Go-Go Power Ranger theme song, it was like, rehash. But I get it. Saban bought it back. We needed it. Okay, let's sell that angle again. And then we got it for Megaforce, where the only thing they did was add on Power Rangers, your favorite thing.
RPM, SPD, Ninja Steel. They could have done it with everything if they wanted
Mystic Force. Oh, dude, good point.
They could have.
Every single season could have been with that theme song. And then Dino
Thank
Charge.
God it's not, though.
So I have like a love-hate thing because Go-Go with Power Rangers is such an iconic thing.
Yes.
And even with the movie trailer with Lionsgate, they took the time to kind of do that whole Go-Go.
You didn't here come the Power Rangers, here come the Power Rangers.
Anybody that knows me, not about it. Not about it.
Yeah, so we have mixed reactions on the theme song. It's something that's going to have to grow on me. I felt like when I first saw Dino Charge a couple years ago and I heard the theme song,
I was juiced.
like, it gets you pumped up.
Yeah, agreed.
I think you're right. This doesn't necessarily do that. Mm-hmm. It does have the undertones of ninjas and samurais, I get that, but it doesn't necessarily make me feel like, oh yeah, it's Ninja Steel's on.
It feels kind of forced.
A little.
It feels a little forced in terms of they had to come up with something. Again, the sound of it sounds good, but the actual theme itself will take some time, like you said. It has to grow on us.
It does have to grow on us. I keep looking down, by the way, people, because I'm reading all your comments in these in the live chats that we're going through here. Now, let's move on to, let's just talk about the show.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, let's talk about expectations.
Sure.
What did you think about it going in, especially DJ? This one's mainly for you.
Okay.
Because you have seen every iteration of Power Rangers up to this point.
I've tried.
Now, for premiere, how did you feel going in after seeing the cast reveal and after like feeling the Chip Lin hype? Mm-hmm. How did you feel going in?
You know what? With the Ninja, the Sentai counterpart, I was hoping that it would be good. It was hard to be optimistic because the Sentai wasn't necessarily well received, even on the Western side, like for us, for Sentai enthusiasts. So I was cautious about it, especially with Chip Lin. And, Chip has been doing a great job with Dino Charge, the finale for Dino Charge. But, dude, I'm a fan. To me, they've actually made more sense out of things that didn't make sense in the Sentai. For instance, they didn't show the Megazord yet, not to spoil, but for those who have the toys, the Megazord, there's a lot of nods to lead up to it. For instance, Brody has the red bot. That's going to be part of the Zord, yes. The White Ranger is shown with a dog. She has a dog ranger. The Pink Ranger has the train motif on her hoverboard, which is dope. And the Blue Ranger does transform into a costume of a blue dragon. And the Yellow Ranger does work on a yellow truck. So I think they're doing everything opposite that Sentai did. They took things that didn't make sense and made it make sense. They also took the time to make a season that was dated in Japan and made it more up to date by making it a space theme.
What do you mean dated?
So even in the Ninja, it was very much, we're in a dojo again. We're very much in the Warring States era where a demon gets locked up, and 444 years later, very specific because in Japan, 4 is considered like a dead number. So it's going to be unleashed. So it felt like another Samurai season, but less.
Kelly?
I enjoyed it. I mean, especially
expectation.
Well, you guys have been talking it
I didn't ask the question.
So you want to?
No, not at all. Please go.
You guys have definitely pumped it up, and most of what I knew about Ninja Steel, I heard from you guys, and I was super excited, and I'm happy with it. I was very happy with how the episode turned out.
Nice.
All right, cool. So
jump.
I listen. My expectations were sky high, and I'll
Really?
tell you why. Yeah, because the first of all, we saw the first images. We saw the cast in person in Morphicon.
Sure.
Though the Yellow Ranger did switch, which we knew about.
Sure.
And we knew it was another Chip Lin season, but we also knew that this was Chip Lin's like big like, okay, now I'm here. I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah.
Maybe he connects it back to continuity, which it seems like he's doing in this season.
His own universe.
Sure. I think that there is a lot of hype around it, and I bought into it, and it lived up to my expectation so far. Now, when you start seeing it play out on paper, like the Zord thing, on paper, because we talked about this before, it doesn't work. Correct. But Chip Lynn is doing his best to make it work.
Very smart, by the way. I like the subtleties.
I just hope that they can keep this track up, because the thing is, a lot of us were disappointed with the way that Power Rangers Dino Supercharge ended.
Yeah.
And I hope we don't run into that again. There are some glaring throwbacks to old seasons that JD noticed in this episode. You even noticed some Sentai mentions possibly. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited because I know. Well, we've talked about this a little bit. The other Rangers are coming back this season.
We have cameos to look forward to.
Cameos
to look forward to, which is awesome.
Why do you think they decided to do that this season?
Well, I feel like, for instance, Neil Saban, this is before Chip. So Chip Lynn is the showrunner for Dino Charge and now Ninja Steel. Neil Saban bought Samurai. They had to refamiliarize kids what Power Rangers is. Megaforce was their big anniversary season where they actually did bring a lot of past Rangers for like one main episode. So that's hard. When Chip finally took over, and, Joe and just through discussions, we feel like we could say Chip wanted this to stand on his own 2 feet. So Dino Charge was basically supposed to stand on his own 2 feet. Now that's been established, and now that Chip is running the show, now he's taking the time to kind of branch off.
All right.
Yes.
I can't talk today.
No, you're good.
You're doing great.
Let's get into this episode.
Sure.
Let's talk about it a little bit.
So we kind of have the sword and the stone type of element, and the the Ninja Nexus Star. So they're definitely finding their ways around the word shuriken.
They're for sure selling that toy.
They're for sure. Collect them all, guys. They're out there. Stop by your Targets and Toys R Us. They're out there.
The father fun fact, played Thor in Operation Overdrive.
I didn't even catch that. Joe brought that up to me. I'm like,
because he looked familiar. I was like, who is this guy? I've seen this guy before. And he's not the guy from Glee. He's the father. I mean, he was Thor from Operation Overdrive.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So we kind of have like a Star-Lord moment where the bad guys capture Brody. I wonder why. Like, I actually wonder why. Like, they're supposed to be like the big bad guys, so why even bother capturing a human?
I also didn't understand why they wouldn't let him touch it. I mean, since his father had the ability to accept the power.
Oh, that's a great point.
And he's reaching for it, and they're like, get out of the way, and they knock him over, and it's like, no, he's like a descendant of the guy who was able to take it. Why don't you just use him now while he's a kid, and then you can grab it from him?
Yeah, you would think he would be like the next logical choice in terms of. I mean, part of me is kind of like, well, maybe once they touch, it's going to bond to him. But the whole reason why they have the whole reason they have the game show in the first place is so that somebody can reach it out, so you can go.
You know what that reminded me of? Do you remember that old show WMAC Masters? There was these characters that would be they're kind of it was like wrestling, but it was like these characters that were like ninjas and stuff, and they used to fight each other. And they had these belts, and whenever they would win in this battle, they give each other the symbols.
Yes,
and they put it on each belt.
Oh snap!
Does that not?
It's blowing my mind. It is actually blowing my mind.
Remind you that a little bit?
I'm flashbacking while you're talking about it. It's hilarious.
Anybody out there remember WMAC Masters? I'm pretty sure that's what it was called.
Leave us a comment. Our producer JD is like, yeah, that was the greatest.
Yeah, and then at the last episode, I think the guy Tsunami, which was the good guy, turned bad. It was great. It was awesome. Shannon Lee was the host of it, Bruce Lee's daughter, too.
But we're here to talk about Ninja Steel. So the dad, what's interesting to me is so we have which is a huge freaking star with the thing in the middle. The thing was huge.
It was like a star and then a star inside of it.
Which was
a giant toy.
It was a giant
toy commercial right then and there.
If you didn't know what this season was about, they were going to let you know in every direction. So we have the giant star. We have Brody's dad, who's worthy enough to control the elements. Now, you have to wonder if his Red Ranger was super... Well, was it different?
Brody's dad?
Yeah, just because it technically took all the powers.
Well, that's what was cool. Did you... I mean, I don't know if you noticed this. Kelly, you saw it here in the studio. But DJ, when he was fighting, the other colors were fuming out of him.
Oh, dude, I didn't notice that. Yeah, that's a great catch.
It was super cool.
That's a great catch.
That was something that I noticed. It seemed like he had all the powers
combined. Yeah, which makes sense because it didn't split at that moment. So that's awesome.
I hope they bring that back.
Me too. Combining. That was super cool.
Really, really cool. Okay, so we have a fast forward to 10 years later. Okay, so the dad disappears. The Ninja Star breaks into 6 pieces.
Yes.
Okay.
And fuses back into the Prism.
Correct. So now we have the old King Arthur's Sword in the Stone. We have the old gems from Operation Overdrive. We have the Quasar Sabers from Lost Galaxy. We need worthy people to take these stars out. And fast forward, now we're going from a workshop in an open field to like a spaceship. And let me say something about like ever since Chip Lin, like the sets have been awesome. Like the actual spaceship sets, and even looking at the what is the Warrior? Oh, what was the game show? Like the Warrior. I've written down somewhere. But even like the Coliseum and the game show itself, like the sets look awesome.
Yeah, it was legit. They definitely put work into it.
Exactly.
That was awesome too. Redbot. Can we talk about Redbot real quick?
Baymax.
DJ calls him Baymax. He reminds you of Baymax too, right, Kel?
No, I do kind of see a little bit of the alien from Power Rangers.
Alien from Power Rangers.
Alpha.
Oh, Alpha.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay,
a little bit. Yeah, I was telling DJ it reminds me of the robot in Go Buster.
Right. So Nick from Go Buster,
from Go
and
Buster.
even the fact that he's his companion. That's a nice touch because in Go Busters, each ranger did have like a robo companion, so that's kind of cool. It's Galaxy Warriors. That's the name of the game show. And
Galaxy Warriors. So the logo looked pretty cool though.
Oh yeah, everything. The whole set looks awesome, and that's where our producer JD and I'm sure a lot of you at home noticed reused villain suits because they have competitors who fight to be able to get a chance to reach into the Ninja Nexus star and pull out one of these ninja stars, and nobody's worthy.
There's a YouTuber on here. I am Negro, like Negro.
Oh, I know what that is. What's up, dude?
He says he loved the WMAC Masters. He remembers it. So great.
Good call.
Somebody remembered it. Great. I'm not the only one that watched it apparently.
No, dude, it was so terrible.
It was awesome.
It was awesome, but it was so bad.
But so on this ship too, we get a return of an old friend that's playing a new character that's been on previous seasons.
Kelson Henderson,
who was on previous seasons like SPD, most famously probably Boom.
As Boom. Mm-hmm.
You'll probably get to know him a little bit in like 15 years when we're on SPD.
Was it the Bop guy?
Yes, it is the guy that can transform into other stuff. Yes, the Mop guy.
Oh yeah, you know what? Something we didn't even mention. I completely forgot. Is that JD brought this up, which we didn't talk about. Fear Cat versus Vengeance from RPM.
Exactly.
They were like
that's reused. That's reused. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was reused. Do you like when they do that?
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either so much.
I don't mind it. I mean, I feel like I don't know. I feel like if it bothers you that much, it's like you're nitpicking.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, but
I love the Fear Cat suit, by the way.
I like the Vendrick suits. I mean, they're great suits. I mean, why let them go to waste?
Yeah, why let them go? They're in storage somewhere.
Yeah. So anyway, we go from that setup to Earth. We go to Earth because now Brody is planning to. Okay, so the villains want the ninja steel. I mean, I love the fact that Brody's dad was like, "Yeah, we need to hide this stuff," even though he had no idea what it is. So okay, suspension of disbelief a little bit. He's
and then
kind
he
of
gives to a kid.
Oh yeah, that's right. Brody has a brother, Aiden. Brody does have a missing brother, Aiden. So
what
dad disappears.
Calling it right now. Aiden's the Gold Ranger.
I'm banking on it.
All right.
I'm banking on it. I mean, my shock face will be.
Aiden's the Gold Ranger is your call, and I'm assuming you're gonna think that Aiden's the Gold Ranger eventually too.
What are my options?
I mean, that's pretty much it. Or his dad.
Or his dad. You never know.
You never know.
So I do like the duality between like. God, that would be
That'd
something.
be great.
That would be something else. He finally gets his due.
Yeah.
He finally gets his due. So we have the duality between like the space theme and then Earth, which is advanced. Because on this Earth, they have hoverboards and a dope hoverboard at that. I mean, dude, remember when the special effects were like reserved for movies? Like, I mean, it's pretty dope. Now we have hoverboards. We have the high school setting again. So now we have the whole teenager high school setting again.
Yes.
I do like the way they're
Although
introduced.
they look way too old for high school.
Oh, we're definitely
they do look way too old for high school.
We're definitely using the Dawson's Creek scale of teenagers on this show. So, oh man. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. What do you think about the Rangers themselves? What do you think about the actors?
Well, we only really got to see 3 of them really do their thing, even though we were introduced to all 5. You know what I really like too? This was a throwback. It almost felt like the Bulk and Skullish characters we got back, but I like that we got a jock and a geek.
Yes,
I think that's brilliant.
A straight nerd.
I love it.
Straight
I
nerd.
love it because I like the fact that now we're not stereotyping anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, geeks can be kind of like, douchebags too. But he didn't seem that bad. He didn't seem. He just seemed kind of like a lackey.
Because he was like, "Oh, no one watches the magic show anyways." Like
he was snarky.
He was snarky for sure.
Definitely snarky.
Best name ever, Victor Vincent.
Victor Vincent is the classic overachiever, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I like the fact that he's not necessarily a bully as much as he is a show off.
Sure.
I really like the dynamic back in high school because I think they're doing it right. Like, unfortunately, Megaforce was in high school.
I was just thinking that.
It missed their chances here.
Yeah.
Now with the Chiplin's back, it feels like he's familiar with it, but he's taking tropes and kind of like, because normally in Power Rangers you would put that Victor's character as like the Red Ranger.
Sure.
If this were the past eras. I love the fact that Preston is a magician.
Yes.
Because this is the first time, well, besides Mystic Force, we have magicians, essentially.
And he's also a goofy magician at that.
Yeah, and he's a practicing guy that's not polished yet.
Sure.
I like the fact that pretty much that Sarah reminds me a lot of Kelsey from Lightspeed Rescue.
Sure.
She's that adventurous, like tomboyish kind of girl that kicks ass. You can already tell it from the beginning.
She comes in on a skateboard, essentially.
Comes in on a skateboard like a bat out of hell. I like the fact that the Yellow and White Ranger, respectively, are working on that broken up van.
They have different cliques already. Not necessarily a clique, but they have the different subgroups in high school, which is the guy working on the truck. They have the girl that's skateboarding. You have the guy that's into his after school magic show.
I love that.
So I mean that is awesome. You have the guy that is part of the welcoming committee / look at all my trophies, except for that one.
He's big man on campus.
He is big man on campus. Absolutely. He literally used the line, "Hey, where's my homework?" I mean, come on. That's great. You got to love that type of, not bully, but just that I guess, what's the word from them? Just that guy.
He's that overachiever. Yeah, he's the overachiever guy that's in your face and he wants his he's class president. He's won almost every trophy.
Do we know who that other trophy person was?
It had Romero's
yes, that was
last
his
name.
dad.
That was his dad.
Oh, okay.
It did have the Red Ranger's last name, so we were assuming that's his dad.
Yeah.
So far, he's just been known as the
Or
Master
it
Ninja.
could be. Oh no, never mind. Well, what was it? Dane? It could be Aiden.
Aiden.
I
don't know.
Well, I don't think so because you'd have to assume that. Oh, maybe it could be. Yep. I mean, it could be, but I think
we need to know how old
the
the trophy is. We have to know how old the trophy is.
That's another thing too. Now, if they're gonna put Brody in high school, you have to assume Brody has no education. So how's he going to go straight to the ninth to whatever
non-Earth education, as far as we know?
True.
Sure.
That's true.
Sure. Non-Earth education. I mean, he won't know what happened last season on American Idol when it was back on.
That's true. This is very true. I do like the. Now, how do you guys feel about back in a high school setting?
Kelly?
You never kind of left the high school setting because
I haven't.
Mighty Morphin's still there.
But I think that I don't know if it's just because it was in the 90s, but I felt like their students looked more like they were in high school. And when the Red Ranger was only 19.
Back in the day, he was 17.
Yeah, he was 17.
Yeah, so I mean, it made more sense.
Still pretty buff though.
These Power Rangers look older than I am, and they're trying to be in high school. So I think it's kind of pushing it. A little bit.
No.
I think they should have gone with younger Rangers if they wanted it to be in a high school setting.
Well, William Schufelt, the guy that plays Brody, is 21.
Mm-hmm.
That's like graduating college, though.
Almost.
Yeah, but most teenagers are usually 18, look younger.
Yeah.
You know, they do have to be legal for most instances. And I don't know. Actually, in a way, I feel like Dino Charge probably could have looked like they were in high school more than our current cast.
I'd have to look them up.
Camille for sure.
Camille for sure.
Camille looks like she could have been in high school for sure.
But no, I think they're young.
Craig Anderson's all about the high school setting.
Craig Anderson, shout out to Craig Anderson. Thank you for joining us, dude. I like our Rangers though. I think they're fresh, they're bright, they're very appealing so far. I do think it's interesting that Preston's character as a magician is more goofy compared to his Sentai counterpart, because in the Japanese version, he's also a magician, but he's from London, and he's like too cool for school. Like the guy is he's the guy that actually would pull a rabbit from his hat and be like, it's easy. He's like Salt Bae, but it's a rabbit. You know what I mean? Like he's actually a cool guy, so I think that's pretty awesome. I like the one-liners. Like for instance, Sarah on the skateboard says, "I built this thing to be as strong as a freight train."
As fast, I thought.
At that, plus her Zord is an actual freight train.
Yes.
Like it is an actual freight train, so I think that's kind of clever. So Brody plans a breakout because they're going after the Ninja Steel. The Ninja Steel's on Earth. Brody is like, okay, I need to find my brother. and with the help of his of Redbot and what is Bob guy's name? Okay, let me get it. Anyways,
while he looks at that, I'm gonna talk to some of you guys in the chat room. Power Rangers fan, high school setting is pretty cool this season. Tiffany Stewart, I think the father is like trapped inside, like how Ivan was captured by Fury and Power Rangers Dino Charge because he got destroyed.
I think so.
The star will probably be trapped him inside. That's probably true. I think Mystic. This is from Craig Anderson. I think Mystic Force should have taken place in high school. Would have made more sense, especially how Nick was a new kid in town. Could have. I do like you hate this, but I do like the record store, even though that's kind of outdated now.
I don't hate it. It's just more like eh.
I also Tiffany Stewart. I also like the Pink Ranger board. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
And now you got that name?
I do. It's Mick, played by our awesome Kelson Henderson. But yeah, Mick.
Oh, everybody's responding to you now.
It's like it's Mick, DJ, it's Mick. My bad, guys, my bad. So Mick, Brody, Redbot, descend to Earth, and this is like the Baymax moment for me, where Redbot does save Brody. So he pretty much gives him a bear hug and like, I'll save you, and da. But Mick goes missing. We have no idea what happens to Mick. Where is he? To be continued. So we have a monster that follows the Nexus Ninja Star. I'm gonna have to get used to saying that. So that lands on Earth. Brody confronts him, and of course we have Sarah and Preston, who sees.
They see him and they just knock him right out.
You know what? Let's talk. Preston sounds exactly like Yoshi.
Oh, yes.
Like, they sound so similar.
If you were to not look at what you're watching, he's Yoshi.
Yeah.
He's definitely Yoshi. He's definitely Coda from, like, Dino Charge with English, with actual full sentences and words. So we have a Sadarsa who actually got to speak more than Caveman this season, so that's awesome. That's awesome. So how do we feel about the way the three Rangers got together?
It reminded me very much of Dino Charge.
Very Dino Charge.
It's Shelby and Tyler. They kind of meet in a very similar-ish circumstance.
Very similar. Yeah. The whole I don't morph until the end type.
One thing I do like that they did this season that they also did in Dino Charge is they don't show us all 5 Rangers morphed.
Not together. Not together. So they are staggering it.
Yeah, I guess there was the only 2 that morphed.
Yeah. So they are staggering out the Rangers. We didn't get a lot of yellow. We did not get a lot of white, like you mentioned. But it's setting it up for... I do feel like after they fight the monster... Okay, let me mention this. A lot of original footage. Footage. So it looks really, really cool. It looks like they're putting that same effort into this season with original footage, which is awesome.
Somebody in the chat room, Antonia Struck, says, I love you. She's talking to you, Kel.
Aw, hearts.
But how do you understand me?
Because she had mentioned you in a previous comment before that I didn't.
Because
these guys are pretty popular.
I don't know, Kelly.
You're the
Kelly's kind of the adorbs one.
Well, that is for me. Thank you.
There you go.
You guys back.
So we have their first instamorphs. We had an instamorph with even with Brody's dad.
Where did Mick land when he turned into a rock?
We don't know.
We don't
know. He's missing.
TBD.
That's the cliffhanger. So we have the first instamorph with Brody's dad, and we also have the instamorphs with... So how do we feel about the morphs? How do we feel about the way they rangered up?
I liked it just fine.
Yeah.
I know that when they put their hand back, the thing just appeared. I dug it. I kind of liked it.
I like this morpher, and for what it looks like, even from the opening sequence, we got to see a little bit of the morph, the official morph from the opening title.
What was the morpher in Sentai?
So what?
Are they all different or something?
Well, the morpher was different. Number one, the morpher was the sword.
Oh,
the
that's
morpher
right,
was
that's
the
right,
sword,
that's right.
and the shurikens were on the sword, and they spun it. So kind of like Kyoryuger and kind of like Dino Charge, they spun it. And this one, they have like the giant ninja star, which to me makes sense. It's a ninja star season. They're using ninja stars, so they're putting it in your face for toys, just like you said. I like it a lot better. But in the ninja, they spun the sword. They had this whole sequence where the sword was talking to you, and then every time they yelled out and announced themselves, they did like a backflip, which looked really weird. I like this one so far a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. I like this one a lot better too. I think that this is going to be a fun season.
Sure.
At least the first half seems like it's going to be really fun.
I like the cast. so far, even though we haven't seen white and yellow.
I want to see their chemistry together, though.
Yeah.
I think that I love the fact that the Pink Ranger and the Blue Ranger, Sarah and Preston, have chemistry already.
Hinting, sure.
And yeah, it's definitely hinting in kind of the direction of, which is funny. That like he's kind of like the geekier one and she's like the jock, and if they get together, I like that.
I love that dynamic. I love that dynamic. So far in Neo Saban, every single season has had a love interest within the Rangers.
Really?
Okay, so in Samurai we had Mike and Emily.
Okay.
In Megaforce we had Gia and Jake. In Dino Charge we had Toby, which is Tyler and Shelby. And in this one we think we may have Preston and Sarah. We need to come up with a name for those two.
Have we ever had a Power Ranger love triangle?
Triangle.
I guess you can count Alex, Jen, and Wes.
From time.
Does that count?
Oh, by the way, that brings up a great point as far as why they didn't kiss in Time Force. Mainly because it'd be kind of weird if they kind of made up with like the ancestor and the descendant. I'm just putting it out there.
A lot of people are saying that this is our 4th male Yellow Ranger. I didn't even realize that we've had 4 male Yellow Rangers.
We had Mystic Force. We had Ninja Storm. We had.
Let's see if
this season. Freshly. Oh, who's Yellow Ranger? Yellow Ranger. Okay, Mystic Force for sure.
It's Power Rangers, the Alien Rangers.
Oh, Aquitar. I cannot tell you that name right now. So thank you, because I don't think
I believe it's Titus.
Titus. There you go. Ranger wrap up. That's what we do. Ranger info. So not a complicated episode. Now, more for you, Joe. The whole reaching in and being worthy and taking the ninja stars out. What did that remind you of? From another Ranger season.
Where they were taking the ninja stars out?
The whole like being worthy and then all together. Let's just reach in and grab it.
Is it the Zeo crystal?
Similar, but I was thinking more Lost Galaxy with the Quasar.
Oh, the Quasar sabers.
Because like at the end, that's where we get our first morph, and I like the fact that they used their morpher as a shield, and that's the way they morphed. Like they kind of did it in self-defense, and then they Ranger up. So that pretty much does it for this episode, man. So
yeah, it does. Let's rank it.
Kelly.
You mean like our score?
Ninja stars. How many ninja stars did you give this one?
I'm gonna give it 4.
4 ninja stars. DJ.
I'm gonna give it a solid. Just because they took the property and made it that much different, I'll give it a 4. Why not?
I'm also gonna give it 4 ninja stars. I want to hear what you guys think watching us. How many ninja stars are you giving this episode? Read some of your reviews also. Let's get back to this chat a little bit.
Yes.
Excuse me, yo. Here we go.
I do like that they didn't rush this one. They didn't introduce everyone in the first episode.
Sure.
I like that.
Oscar Lopez. The morph was more epic when the dad did it. That was really cool.
It was pretty epic.
Let's see. Ryan Buetta. Hey guys. Yes, Ninja Steel was awesome, but the theme song was man for me. I think that we're getting a lot of mixed reactions on the theme song.
Sure.
Power Ranger fan, Titus was his name. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Too Fat Games. I'm glad Kelly is staying on for the new episodes.
Oh, thank you. Me too.
Let's see. Noah Flemings, 5 ninja stars. Chris Perez, I give it 4 ninja stars.
Nice.
Edward Sanchez, 4 ninja stars. They're looking like 4s across the board.
Yeah.
Noah did give it 5 though.
Sure.
Prime Time, 4 ninja stars. I Am Negro, solid 4.
4.5 and 5 looks like.
People are liking it though. That's what it looks like.
Pink Panda Girl, 5 ninja stars for me.
That's a great name.
Andreas Parker, 4 ninja stars. And Ushiu Fairley, 4.5 ninja stars.
Awesome.
Now, guys, we do this almost every week. We're bringing it back for the new episodes.
Yes.
We're going to do our Morphin list once again.
Morphin list.
This week, it's going to be... DJ, break it down for him.
Okay, so Brody's kind of an orphan. He got basically Star-Lord away. So our Morphin list for this week is going to be top 5 Ranger orphans.
Top 5 Ranger orphans. Let's kick off the list. Kelly, let's start with you at number 5.
At number 5, Tyler from Dino Charge.
Yeah. Tyler from Dino Charge makes tons of sense. He was an orphan. His dad left, or his dad didn't really leave, but his dad got captured-ish. His dad was an explorer.
He had no choice.
He left.
His dad was an explorer.
He got captured when he left.
He did get captured when that's actually true. He got captured when he left.
Okay.
So I'm putting that out there. Kicking it to number 4.
Number 4, yeah.
Yeah, kicking it to number 4 is going to be Jaden from Samurai. Okay, in this one, it's a little bit more worthy. He was basically pushed off away so he could be the leader and carry on his father's footstep, while his other daughter got sent away to master the whole symbol.
Those Shibas, man. Those Shibas, what were they doing raising their kids?
Say, man, every man for themselves. Gotta make it count.
Number 3, we're gonna go with Cole from Power Rangers Wild Force. He grew up like Mowgli. in the jungle.
He did grow up.
He was raised in the wild.
Swinging on vines and everything.
So imagine when he gets a cell phone and he morphs. Maybe he picks up all phones and he thinks that they're going to turn him into a Power Ranger.
Love it.
Coming in at number 2, Ryan from Light Speed Rescue.
So good. Okay, a lot of people feel like this is a Tommy rehash, but there's a lot for me that makes him stand out from Tommy. Number 1, his dad had to sacrifice him. Like, his dad had to sacrifice him, and he was raised from, like, when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Remember that whole sequence when Captain Mitchell's hanging from a cliff, and he's kind of like, hey, I'm going to take your kid. You ain't going to take my kid. I'm going to drop him. Okay, take the kid. Just save his life. I mean, but all kidding aside, it was a nice moment. We had the whole thing with the whole snake tattoo, so he put himself at risk, so I love that.
I love that, too. You know what? Jamel Van Westering has a great, he has a great choice, which is not on our list, but I think should be at least an honorable mention.
Oh, sure.
Jack Landers. SPD, Red Ranger.
That's a good one.
It's a great one.
Kid of the Streets.
Kid in the Streets, I love it.
That's right.
Z also in SPD.
I was thinking that.
But number 1 coming in for us is going to be Astronema from Power Rangers in Space, Corone. She's the ultimate orphan. Like, she is raised by Ecliptor.
Great backstory.
Surrogate
father.
Yeah, and I always thought Ecliptor was going to make that turn to being a hero because he wasn't necessarily a villain.
You know what I wish?
He was a villain of honor.
Very much the villain of honor. Matter of fact, when they did the whole Z wave and they were purifying certain people, I was hoping he would get a purification.
Me too.
So basically, like, for instance, like Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed, they had like human counterparts when they got cleansed. So I was kind of hoping Ecliptor would get the same thing. I was kind of hoping Goldar would have the same thing, but didn't happen. But yes, Astronema is a great character, and she gets to redeem herself, and she gets to Ranger up. Like, she actually did it all.
Yeah, exactly. I think Astronema, that's what a great story too.
Yeah.
And her redemption, she was redeemed. It didn't just take like an episode to redeem her. She was redeemed in a whole nother season of Lost Galaxy, which I thought was great too.
Oh yeah. The journey was complete.
The journey was complete, and I thought that was very cool, and it established her as a strong choice as a Power Ranger.
We need to get you up on some in space because Astronema is right up your alley.
I'm down.
I'm not even kidding. Astronema would be right up your alley.
We have a lot of people agreeing with us with Corone. Orphans make the best Power Rangers. Apparently, that was by Chris Perez. That's actually true. That's not untrue. Yeah. Orphans do make the best Power Rangers. Shadowbird 084. Except Sid, no one mentions their parents. That's actually true. Well, that's not true. Sky does mention his parents, obviously. We know his dad.
Sure, Sky. Yeah.
He's kind of orphaned too, actually, now that you think about it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. He was raised by the Shadow Ranger.
Good call.
Doggy Kruger.
He's a man of SPD.
He is.
Bridge was raised by butter. Because everything is buttery.
Yeah, Two Fat Games. Astronema is a great choice.
Thank you.
I Am Negro, Ultimate Redemption Story, Astronema Corone.
Agreed.
All right, guys. We usually take your questions and comments, so we're going to do it here. Which is funny because now I'm not necessarily sure we are going to take questions and comments because we're reading them live. But
we'll figure it out.
But let's do it.
Want to start with you, Kelly?
Sure. Okay, so a comment from a different drum episode.
Oh, I just realized we all have different comments.
Yes.
Oh, how production value has changed our lives.
Shout out to our producers.
This one is from Apollo Thunderflame. That's a cool name.
Dude, I said the same thing.
That's a cool name.
Way back when we first started, I used to love that name every time I hear it. I still do.
Thunderflame.
Apollo Thunderflame.
Nice job. Speaking of Kamen Rider, is it right? Kamen Rider, and considering Kelly's other show, Kamen Rider X-Aid, game with video games, has been pretty good. Gaim. I'm sorry, I'm butchering.
No, you're good.
Butchering everything.
It was pretty close to it.
You're doing great. Oh, so I have one from Edward Sanchez Productions. # Edward Sanchez approved. He says, Joe and DJ, I agree with you. Ninja Steel Pink Ranger is so freaking hot. You know what, man? I used to think so. Now that I'm seeing, of course, dude, yes, she's definitely freaking hot. 6 thumbs up. Moving on to Joe.
Cyril Moore. This one was my favorite episodes from season 1. What are your guys' thoughts on the Power Rangers movie Dinozords? Go Atlanta Falcons? Now. Power Rangers versus Voltron Force. Tommy, Shane, Connor, and Scott. Did y'all see the Power Ranger movie trailer yet? Yes, we talked about that at the beginning of the show.
Let's talk about the Zords real quick.
Let's talk about the Zords real quick. I didn't see the Triceratops with 6 legs yet. I'm still waiting on that, but...
You kind of see the Mastodon with the 8 legs, I believe. You kind of see
so
it.
Weird to me. I want to see the... Yeah, I do want to see the individual Zords. Oh, you know what? The pterodactyl looks pretty cool, though.
Oh, matter of fact,
And I like the helmets, like where they have the no visor in the helmets. It was pretty cool.
I was very split on the whole no face mask visor thing going on. I'm not sure why I would need to go back in the cockpit, but I do feel like that's a smart way, as opposed to the Spider-Man technique is like you get so beat up, like half your mask gets exposed so you can see the actor. So I do like that. I love the T-Rex. It's very quick, but the T-Rex looks really cool. It doesn't look like Transformers. And when you see the Megazord, man, it's, to me, I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait, Kelly.
I have a question. Sure. The Megazord that you have, the
which
figure,
one?
The one that when we were learning editing, you pulled it out and you were like building it and debuilding it.
No, right, the movie one.
Is that one okay? So that one's from the movie. That's what I was asking. That one's not from Ninja Steel.
Correct. So that one with the individual cockpits and everything, that's like the toy itself combined to it is like 2 feet tall.
Okay.
It's huge. That is from the movie.
Okay, so I don't think I'm familiar with how the one from Ninja Steel looks.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
But I will say this: looking at the trailer, because
it doesn't look like those trains. I'll tell you that much.
Doesn't look like them trains. Doesn't look like them dragons and dogs neither. What's really interesting is the Megazord that we quickly see in the movie looks like the more humanoid version that we've seen. The one you've seen is meant to assemble and reassemble. This one it doesn't look like it's going to follow any practical, hey, the limbs go here, the limbs go here. Since everything in the movie, as far as the technology looks like everything is morphing, it looks like they all just kind of mesh together as opposed to combine.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to me. It doesn't look like they're going to form the leg and then form the tank. It looks like they're kind of just going to mesh together.
Real quick, there's 2 great questions in here that I want to take. One is from, let's see, Pink Panda Girl. She says, if Ninja Steel had a crossover, what past Rangers would you bring back?
Like a whole team or just people?
Let's all just pick one.
Okay.
Kelly, who would you bring back?
Well, since I'm only familiar really with the original season, and I might have mentioned this before, but definitely Billy.
Okay. DJ.
I did say Shane from Ninja Storm, but you know what? Let's bring back Cam.
I was gonna say Cam too, but if you're gonna go Cam, I'm gonna have to say. We can't. I'm gonna just say somebody different though. I'd like to see Rocky come back. He didn't get his Forever Red moment. No, I'd like to bring Rocky back.
Yeah, why not? Why not? That'd be dope.
Yeah. And the other question is, what do you guys think of the Justice League Power Ranger crossover?
Oh, really quick. You know how Rocky technically does have ninjetti powers.
Yes, ninjetti powers.
Great call. Great call. I'm sorry. What was the question?
What did you guys think of the Justice League Power Ranger crossover? And you guys?
I didn't read it yet.
Oh, it's so good. I loved it. It's a typical crossover where they fight in the beginning. I like the fact that they make the Power Rangers formidable fighters, where they all kind of take down Batman, and then the Flash takes all their weapons away, and then then they're like, oh, spoilers, yeah. Then it's a whole thing where after that you just see the pterodactyl with the Batmobile in the mouth, and they're like, Superman, we need some help.
You know what I love? Your entire description. I mean, you're literally talking about Power Rangers and Batman and Flash and Superman.
The best way to describe it is to go and check out Javier's one-shot comic reviews because he does an in-depth description. Javier's really good with the Power Ranger stuff. But
shout out to Javier.
Back to these questions and comments.
Yep. Yes. Am I next?
Yes.
I'm next. Next one from Daniel Romano. I always love this episode since it first aired. Power Rangers does nothing like this anymore. It's a shame too. We need more of this on television. I 100% agree. PR was always built on strong female characters. We haven't had a main villain woman either since Benshira. I want my strong female villains again. Yes, I agree. 100%.
Strong female villains. Hashtag strong female villains.
Yes.
Absolutely. So this comment is from Robin Chan. Shout out to Robin Chan.
She's in the chat room, guys.
Hey, Robin. So she says, I'm going to take a guess on who I want to see in Ninja Steel. She says Shane from Ninja Storm. It's been mentioned about Ninja Master Dad in the first episode from the clip. Number 2, she likes to see Heckle and Riley from Dino Supercharge. Great. Especially Heckle.
By the way, Robin Chan says she likes the Pink Ranger dangling out of your chest there.
Hey!
And she likes this. This is actually not Overdrive. This is Power Rangers Ninja
Steel representing.
But thanks, Robin Chan.
Number 3, she would like to see Kimberly from MMPR. She never had a cameo since she's left season 3. And the movie Turbo. Honorable mention, Zeo, when she, in the episode, There's No Business Like Snow Business. Number 4, Bulk, Skull, and Spike from MMPR, Space Wild Force, 1 episode, and Samurai Super Samurai. Casey from Jungle Fury. And she goes on to say, I'm cool if they choose other Rangers from other seasons. I'm flexible with it, or allies. I'd like to see other seasons too. The character story arcs are amazing, but I kind of want to see some or a few of them from my list returning. It'd be pretty cool. Maybe Kimberly's cousin Kelly or Melissa from the episode Wrap Up a Different Drum. And allies from Ninja Steel. Honorable mention is Penny from Zeo. Question from her. What about the Fairy Rangers? Oh, this is to answer the question
that's
of
good.
other themes that we would like to see that hasn't been done in Power Rangers. So she recommends the Fairy Rangers. Faith, trust, and pixie dust as the motto. Very good. Fairy Jers.
Okay.
Fairy Jers, go!
Very good answer.
Hey!
Blackwing 2040. I saw that karaoke video. Laughed my butt off. You guys cracked me up. You guys got the vocals to be the new Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, right, we do.
If you see me in karaoke, I would steal the show. LOL. Do more boy band songs. The ladies love it when guys use songs from boy bands. That's actually true. We had a run in with the LA Rams cheerleaders that joined us on stage that one night. Were you there that night?
Was I there that night?
Maybe you weren't there that night. Brian, maybe you were there. I thought you were there. Remember, it was you, me, Brian. I think Josh was there.
Oh, maybe I didn't know they were from LA.
They were the LA Rams cheerleaders. Awesome wrap up as always. Since Ninja Steel is having the past Rangers return, I don't want it to be like Once a Ranger, where they didn't interact with the team that much and give us an epic crossover like reinforcements from the future Time Force and Wild Force team up. Great job, you guys. You guys rock. And Ninja Steel Pink is freaking awesome. She is awesome.
She is pretty great.
And yeah, I think a lot of people in here agree with me. Yeah, Tiffany Stewart also back to the list. She says Andrew in space. Primetime says, LOL, where's that karaoke video? Where is that karaoke? How did they watch us on karaoke, by the way? Oh, Jezer Reyes.
I think somebody lined us too.
Jezer Reyes live streamed us on his. You can actually friend request Jezer Reyes on Facebook.
If you do live on Instagram, I don't think.
Oh no!
Jezer's still in.
He has the clip.
Okay.
Because he tagged us in all of it. He has the clip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me next.
And that prime time.
Next up, Primetime, who is also in the chat room. What up?
Primetime players. Sarah's Bay says 2 fat games.
I would like it if Shane, Tori, and Destin made an appearance. Actually, I would like if Sean, CW, or Chris Cayman Lee returned. But as for one pre-Disney era, I'd say it might be Adam.
I like Adam.
Ooh, I like Adam. That's a good choice.
Adam's never bad. Cool. So we're going to move on to Mario Ayala. Big shout out to Mario Ayala. Always rocking with us from Puerto Rico. So appreciate you, Mario.
We have somebody from Malta in here, by the way.
Oh, dope. So dope. Okay, so Mario says, hi guys, amazing Retro Ranger wrap up. That's what I love about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The Rangers got the other abilities like Jason, karate classes, Kimberly in this episode with the gym teaching. By the way, I'm with DJ because Ninja Steel Pink Ranger is beautiful, but my heart belongs to Miss Morgan. Hearts for Miss Morgan from Dino Charge. For me, the 4 Rangers return from Ninja Steel that he would like to see is number 1, we'll go backwards. Number 4, Oracle from Alien Rangers. Number 3, Ziggy from RPM. I got a lot of love for Ziggy from RPM. Number 2, Chip from Mystic Force. Number 1, Shane from Ninja Storm. Awesome as always, and greetings from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Thank you, Mario.
Andrew Suarez, I gotta start wearing my communicator too. LOL, got it on at Christmas, but I keep forgetting to wear it. I think that the 3 Disney veteran Rangers will be someone from Ninja Storm, Chip from Mystic Force, and maybe Casey from Jungle Fury. Top moments from our retro review. Number 3, the Bulk and Skull dance-off. Number 2, Jason trying to sign language. That's pretty great. Number 1, Billy breakdancing.
That's a good one.
Great list for us, Andrew Suarez. And you should start wearing your communicator. Chris Perez, you're right. Kelly is Bay. People are calling you Bay, Kelly.
Well, thanks,
Kelly
guys.
is Bay.
You guys are so sweet.
Oh, no, it couldn't be about me. It's about you.
I just want a certain... this is from Nolan Fleming. I just want a certain mentor who died in 1998. No spoilers. Oh, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. JD? A certain mentor who died.
Oh, Miss Fairweather all day, every day. I am Negro. Yes, I agree 100%.
100% agreed.
What do you got for us next, Kel?
I got next one from FF Justice. Firstly, remembering Billy breakdancing still has me giddy. Hashtag white nerdy but fluid and funky. Zach was my fave of MMPR's first roster, but now I'm split between Zach and Billy. Characters I relate to most within MMPR. So I'm going to say I like Zakili the most.
Zakili. I like that.
Anywho, secondly, I do not want side-scrolling Power Rangers video games to stop. But I do not want that to be the only way to play Power Rangers via VGS. Or VGs, video games. Where's the Power Rangers game that has 3D environment gameplay that can feel like Uncharted, Gears of War, Robot Alchemic Drive, aka RAD, and War of the Monsters combined? Hashtag we need sequels for the latter two.
We have an answer to that, Kel. Kelly's going to give that to you on Achievement Unlocked. You watch her videos drop every Tuesday. if there's Power Ranger video game news, Kelly's going to be the first one to have it.
Kelly's the one.
Bandai Namco and Saban can't afford that or something. And where's Way Games Power Rangers movie mobile game?
Oh, that has to be coming out.
Love this. Hashtag Trinity.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hashtag Trinity. Wow, I didn't Power Ranger Trinity.
Ooh. Love it. Actually, speaking of which, going off real quick, have you guys played the game?
No.
We're supposed to do.
We are.
We're planning something.
Oh, well, okay.
With hopefully real Power Rangers.
Oh, that's a part of the plan?
Yeah, make it work. Make it work, Joe.
Hey, positive thinking.
Everyone in the comment section, tell Joe that you want him to bring real Power Rangers to play this game with us.
What makes you think I'm going to be able to convince all of them to come?
Just, you got the magic touch.
I could bring a Power Ranger. It won't be in from that season, though. I actually played the game. I probably beat it like a lot. Alright.
You liked it?
I'm going to save it for you, but it's a game for Ranger fans for sure. Good. Like, I wouldn't be, if you weren't a Ranger fan, you probably wouldn't appreciate it as much, but if you're a Ranger fan, I think you'd like it, Joe. Just because.
Is it easy to play?
Very.
Okay.
Very. It's very
button mashing, I can do that?
Very button mashing, very Streets of Rage meets Final Fight meets, Flash.com, just very cartoony. It's definitely for Ranger fans, you know what I mean? Not to spoil anything, but for instance, even Vulcan Skull's in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Just saying. That's kind of dope.
That sells me.
So I have a comment from Hidazi Japan Boy.
Hidazi Japan Boy.
Hidazi says,
What?
Maybe, yes. Ninja Storm definitely needs to return for Ninja Steel. I mean, come on. Dino Charge missed an opportunity to have a team up with MMPR and Dino Thunder. That was a tall order, but it would have been great if they could arrange it. In Japan, they did actually have all 3 seasons visit for a whole Dino team up. So that was awesome.
Damn, Daniel, that's nuts. That's a pretty big team up.
Damn, Quilty. And I wonder what's David Yost and Kevin Dohany's thoughts on a pink Triceratops. Kind of random. The reason why I brought this up is because in the Kyoto User Go Buster team up, About It Blue commented on the pink Triceratops, so I wanted to know what will David or Kevin or their characters would react on the pink Triceratops. Trying to keep the topic on team up here. Ha 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 ha. Dexter's Lab. Ha 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 ha.
I never saw that show.
It wasn't Dexter's Lab. It was his
no,
arch nemesis.
I said Dexter's Lab, like the guy from.
Oh, Dexter's Lab. I thought you said laugh. That was my mistake.
It was from Dexter's.
Oh, is it my thing? Or are you still?
That was it.
Mikey Perez. Hey guys, great wrap up, and thanks for reading my question. The movie's coming out soon, but I look at March. A lot of big movies are in March. It gets me worried about how much money the movies are going to make. If the movie doesn't make money but has positive reactions, do you think they would make a sequel? Can't wait to see the new Pink Ninja Steel Ranger. She's hot AF. Yes, she is hot AF.
AF.
I think if they don't make money, they won't make a sequel.
I think they will make a sequel.
You think so?
Yep.
I hope it does make money, and I want it to make money because money is what drives it.
Well, let me throw an example out there with Underworld, because that had terrible ratings each time they came out with a movie. And they made money on each one and continue to make more movies because they make money.
Like Resident Evil.
Evil.
So I feel like
Triple X.
I feel like
maybe if the fans do say that they want a sequel even if it doesn't make money.
Well, Warcraft. They're making a Warcraft sequel. That didn't make anything.
Well, it didn't?
Not really.
It didn't break.
Overseas, though. Do you know if
it made money overseas, but not enough to sustain. It didn't make enough money back to cover the cost of the movie.
I don't know.
I thought they did.
It's weird.
I don't think they did.
They must have if they're making a sequel.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I think they're making a sequel specifically for that market, though.
We'll have to double check.
And it's going to be a lower budgeted movie.
Oh, I see. But in any
Sci-Fi
case,
Channel.
But I do hope at the very least. Good call. I hope at the very least it pulls a Transformer where the first Transformer movie was pretty decent, and then after everything after that was not necessarily critically acclaimed, but the following is there, the stylistics is there, and this movie looks great. Like, this movie looks good. I like the consistent alien theme, so let's support Power Rangers the movie.
I think kids are gonna want to see it. I think it'll make money.
I know I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see it too. Let's move on.
Oh, I'm next.
Yes, you
Damn,
are.
Quilty!
Damn, Quilty!
You could take episodes that belong to a story arc and review them together. Agreed, they were ahead of time in portraying a disabled person. Here, they avoid many cliches. The disability is not a crutch and the character does help, but does not become disabled ex machina, nor they undermine one character over the other.
Agreed.
There goes another way to say my nickname, this one, the right one, nice.
So we're going to move on to Derek Hervey. Another slamming, jamming review, crew. A Different Drum was a great character development episode for Kimberly, very much so. on the idea of other unused themes yet to be done for Super Sentai. How about an insect-based Chinese? Oh, dude,
that's a good one.
Insect-based.
And it's so funny because somebody in here had just said an internet-based one.
Oh, kind of like
technology.
That'd be cool.
I don't know who said it. It was earlier. I just read it.
Okay, well, shout out to whoever left that comment. Okay.
I'm going to say it was Tiffany Stewart. I'm just going to give her the credit because she said the last thing in here.
Credit to the person. We appreciate all of you. Keep writing the comments. We love it. So another recommendation, Chinese Zodiac based. Well, I feel like the Zodiac thing's kind of being done with Q Danger. Music based, that would be interesting.
Oh, music based
would be kind of interesting.
Dogs.
Shout out to dogs. K9 Force. Or even a horror movie monster based team. Oh, you know what would be kind of
cool?
Fictional Frankensteins and stuff like that.
Like
Frankenstein, Dracula, mummies.
But then that would be...
that'd be kind of dope, though.
Yeah, it would.
Werewolves? Well, we kind of have a werewolf in Q Danger, but dude, I would love to see a monster mashup team. That's a great call.
I would like a monster mashup.
Monster mashup team.
I also like monster trucks.
Monster truck. Anyways, one of my shortest comments, so enjoy. God bless. Morphin Ranger wrap up, #crew. Thank you, Derek Hervey.
All right, Jezzer Reyes says, haha, it was fun. Thanks for the shout out. Great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Jezzer, we may mention
he's probably talking about
the karaoke night because we had mentioned Jezzer. So shout out to Jezzer.
I probably should have started this now that I realize that I have an extra one.
Oh, well.
Hey, but Cody M. He says, hey guys. No, it's all good. I wanted to say thanks for doing the Ranger wrap up, the Retro Ranger wrap up videos, because there are not too many out there that are as enjoyable as these ones. Thank you for the compliment.
Yes,
I appreciate it. There are some great after shows. Ranger Live Chat's really good. Orange Ranger's really good.
Yep. And us.
Hyperdrive Picks.
Really Hyperdrive Picks. Shout out to Hyperdrive Picks.
There's a lot out there. Anyhow, I've been binge watching Power Rangers lately, and I can't help but revert back to a kid watching them and thinking about the toys and the VHS tapes that every kid used to have. I still have them to this day. So do I, somewhere. It's been a fun escape from this reality of life. It also reminds me of why Jason is my favorite Power Ranger of all time and how angry I was and when Jason was completely demoted when Tommy was brought in as the White Ranger.
I feel you.
But I guess that's why I never was a fan of Tommy. Jason is the true leader no matter what anyone says. Sorry about the rant, and spoiler for Kelly. She didn't know that, actually. You probably did know that. What do you guys think,
She's fine.
Joe and DJ? DJ agrees with you wholeheartedly.
Oh, yeah.
I agreed with you up until the point you said he was the leader of all time. I would have to give it to Tommy as the leader of all time. Mainly because he had a longer tenure as a leader.
If I may, I don't disagree. Jason, I wish things would have worked out. I wish Austin and the three would have stayed on the show. If they were to stay on the show, there was no question that Jason would have went on as long as he could.
I agree, and I agree at that point. Jason probably would have been the greatest leader of all time.
With that said, I got to give credit where it's due to JDF and the character of Tommy because he did put in that time, he did put in that work. And he had huge shoes to fill with somebody like Jason leaving.
Agreed.
Production was confident enough to let him take on the mantle, and the show not only survived, it did well.
Yeah, it did really well.
So
the Pink Ranger and White Ranger and Ninja Steel are very beautiful too. You guys are awesome, and hope to meet you guys someday and geek out about Power Rangers. Continue the great work. It's much appreciated.
Thank you, Cody.
Thank you.
You will get to meet us very soon because we were doing a tour to all. No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing a tour to all 50 states. We are doing. Oh, you do have another one. I'm sorry.
Oh, actually, I have one too.
Oh, I ran it all out of order. It's my fault, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Next one is from Will Smizer. Surprised more people haven't said this. Kelly, the pink hair is dope.
I got all of that in here too.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We agree.
I think it every time I watch, but just haven't said it till now. And it's especially great that you guys actually take the time to read the comments and really include us. Thanks. I mean, we're here for you guys.
Yeah, we do this. We do this because we love it, because me and DJ would normally talk about this anyway. Yeah. But we might as well do it for everybody, because now we have friends like Robin Chan and Chris Perez and Craig Anderson and Blackwing 2040.
Absolutely, and Dan Quilty.
And Edward Sanchez.
And hashtag Edward Sanchez approved. Yeah. And dude, I love having Kelly on the show, just having a fresh perspective. And dude, she's been embracing. She puts up with us in her regular life, so now she's putting up with us.
Oh, it's a good Joe and DJ comment. Hey, Joe and DJ, you guys rock. Thank you.
Wait, what?
We got a good comment. Kelly usually gets the Bay comments. Ryan Thomas, hey, Joe and DJ, you guys rock.
Thanks.
I think you guys rock. Doesn't that
count? Thanks. Yeah, it counts. We hang out way too much, all of us, I think.
We do. I accomplished my homework. Checking out SPD, it was better than I remember. I got a question now, though. Can you name a Sentai that is better than its Ranger counterpart, and then a Ranger series you find better than the Sentai counterpart?
Oh, that's easy. Joe?
What a Ranger series that is, well, Go Sager's better than
Megaforce.
Than Megaforce.
Fair.
We'll start there.
Fair.
Go Kaiger is also better than whatever that was.
Super Megaforce.
I would say, what's a good Ranger series? Space is. I never saw the original Sentai for Space though. Is that better?
I would say yes. I would say yes.
DJ, you got a DJ's Bay in here.
Hey, where's that from?
MJ Spud 97.
Thank you, MJ Spud 97. That's a great name. Thank you. Go Kaiger is eternally better than Super Mega Force. A Ranger season that was better than the Sentai. I would say. You know what? I would say.
DJ's or JD's mind.
Our producers, dude, just say it.
Get in here.
Get in
RPM
here.
is better.
RPM is better.
You know what? It is better because here's the thing. Go Onger was very popular in Japan. I personally do think RPM is better than Go Onger. I actually do personally think that RPM is better than Go Onger. Another Sentai.
Chris Press Kelly, you also rock. Sorry, he didn't want to leave you out.
Thanks.
Another Sentai that's immaculately better than our Power Rangers is what's the Overdrive? Bokenger. Thank you so much, JD. Shout out to our producer, JD. He's like the man, the myth, the Ranger Wiki himself. Bokenger is way better than... Actually, Bokenger's like the Mighty Morphin of Sentai. So, cool. What's up? All right.
Somebody asked a question in the groups here, or in the chat here. Actually, it's Craig Anderson. He said, "Here, Time Force is better than Time Ranger." Is this true?
They're very similar. I feel like Time Force did a lot right, but I feel like Time Ranger did have a big following in Japan. I'm not a fan. I'll put it out there. I'm not a fan of Quantum Ranger's Battleizer. I hated the skates. I hated those rollerblades. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Remember that?
That was when rollerblading was cool.
That
When rollerblading was cool, and Mighty Ducks was cool.
was back when Quantum Ranger was cool. Then he became less cool after that.
Pink Panda Girl says that Tiffany Stewart, she grew up on Samurai and Ninja Steel. Pink Panda Girl always says also that she wants us to keep doing these live streams. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pink Panda Girl.
We're going to be taking your questions here in the chat room just for a couple more minutes. Oh, DJ has a Craig Anderson comment.
One more comment from Craig Anderson. Shout out to Craig. He says, "Great Ranger wrap-up, guys. DJ, you are right. I was being sarcastic about the new Red Ranger looking for his father. But you know, I will say this. It's not as much of a driving plot point."
I said give it a chance, guys.
No, that was cut. But
no, that was cut. That was cut.
Yeah,
oh
for
gosh.
reasons. But no, I mean, it definitely. But I agree. Definitely give it a chance. It feels like Dino Charge, but it doesn't feel like Dino Charge. It's definitely different. Very spacey. So agreed. We all know that one of the reasons Power Rangers is so popular is because everyone relates to one of the Rangers. My question is, what Rangers do you guys relate to? For me, it's Ethan from Dino Thunder because blue is one of my favorite colors, and I'm definitely into video games. By the way, Kelly, you have really pretty eyes.
Man, you guys are really nice this episode.
Kelly,
Yeah,
Thanks for the compliment.
Hashtag Kelly
she
is
wishes
bae.
all the anime fans
I really wish that
watch
my
this show.
anime video game fans were a lot nicer.
Hashtag Kelly is bae. Bam.
Thanks.
Bam. Oh, okay, so Rangers that we relate to. Joe, Phantom Ranger, moving on. Kelly, who's the Ranger that you relate to?
Well, I'm just really attached to Billy.
Okay.
Billy's
that's
going to be
fair.
basically my answer for everything. I think I'm a Blue Ranger fan because in this Ninja Steel
like
episode,
the blue.
so far the blue's been my favorite.
There's a legacy of blue.
Blue's
for
been
sure.
my favorite in this so far too.
I think I'm meant to be a Blue Ranger.
I want to see the rest of them.
Yeah, I do too.
Sure.
I have
I'm a
really,
fan.
after the small thing I saw, I really have high hopes for Haley, the White Ranger.
Haley looks good. I even like Nico Griffin. He looks good as yellow.
Hashtag Kelly's Fate, 2 fat games.
2 fat games.
Thanks, guys.
So Joe, who's the Ranger that you relate to?
The Ranger that I relate to the most, well, JD's gonna say dork. He's gonna say Xander.
Because it's true.
If I had to pick one for myself though, I'd probably say Xander too.
And he called him a dork when he agreed with him.
What a money.
I don't know. I say I have a lot in common with Dylan.
Dylan.
I have a lot in common with Dylan, is what I'm saying. Okay. But no, I mean, I feel like I'm a Dylan guy. I looked up to Zach, but I really like Adam too. Like, I didn't mean to call list 3 Rangers, but I'm gonna say Dylan if I had to pick one.
Well, that's a good choice. For all of you there watching, that's gonna conclude our comments.
Cool.
Let us know in this live chat what you guys want to see next week, what you're looking forward to from next week's episode. Hit that like button. Hit that like button a lot. If I get 200 likes, then we'll do something special. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, right, guys?
That's good.
Time for me to go to work, guys.
Oh, it's time to back into action for Kelly. Kelly is bae. So, Ninja Steel is looking great. Very optimistic about it. Joe?
I'm also looking optimistic about it. I think it looks really good. I think that if this first episode is any kind of telling, I think we're in for a fun season with hopefully a lot of character development.
Absolutely.
Kel?
Loved it.
This was awesome. More live streams. Well, guess what? You can also catch DJ at 6:30 and Kelly.
With this one.
You guys are both going to be live streaming again for Dragon Ball Super. So all of you Dragon Ball Super fans, tune in later. They're going to be back with Ernie for Super Saiyan Saturday. Also, we're doing a video game live stream at 9 or something. So we're going to be playing video games.
I think the video game stream's at 8.
Kelly?
Don't
mess
these guys up.
I thought it was 8:30.
Guys, it's happening tonight.
It's later on tonight at some time.
Check social media. We will let you know when it's happening.
A lot of us are going to be here for it. DJ, you're not sticking around.
I got to take off.
Maverick's here. Are you sticking around for it?
I got to take off.
Maverick's sticking around for the video game. She doesn't know what's going on.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.